Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about Ask Miss K. I am obviously Miss K, and you have asked me some questions on my Instagram, of course. If you don't follow me on Instagram, please go follow me on Instagram, because what's the point of being on this channel if you don't follow me on Instagram? Anyways, you have asked and I have answered, and I am looking forward to this video. I really am such a sis dolly person. I love giving advice even though I don't know everything, and also sometimes I don't take my own advice, but you know. Okay guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, and if there's anything that I do say in the video that you do disagree with, or that you think I could have given an alternative solution, please do comment down below and let us know what you think the person who's asked the question should do. You never know who's in the comments, who could be reading, who could actually get help from what you say. So please do share your knowledge. I look forward to having more questions in the future. I think I'm going to do this Ask Miss K thing maybe like once a month. Just be a place to relax, a place for you to ask someone who's like an older sister to you, even if I'm not older than you. And just ask and get someone else's advice, you know. I hope you guys do enjoy. I really feel like I'm going to enjoy this video, so let's go! Also guys, I did my own hair the other day. I'm still going to post pictures on Instagram. So, like I said, go follow me on Instagram so that you can see when I do post pictures of the hair that I did on my own hair. Get talented. Cool. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, question 1. How are you supposed to address someone you're dating if you think their kissing could be better? How do you even go about teaching them while also avoiding making them feel bad about it? Okay, yeah, this is tense, guys. And it goes back to the fact that we don't date perfect people, you know, and my perfect might be different from your perfect. So if you like kissing that way, doesn't mean I'll like kissing this way as well. So because you guys are dating, just communicate. It's as simple as that. Just talk to them and be like, hey, listen, I don't really enjoy our kissing when we do A, B, C. Could we maybe try and do D, E, F, you know? So if you don't like tongue, just say, can you try and use less tongue? I'm not someone who enjoys tongue. Maybe can you focus on the lip locking part, or maybe let's bite each other's lips, you know? And also ask them how you can improve, because chances are you're also probably not kissing them the way they want to be kissed, you know? Question 2. What is your take on age gaps in relationships, particularly when the woman is older than the man? Okay, I'm assuming this is what the question meant, because it wasn't really worded like this. Guys, different strokes for different folks. Like, it really doesn't matter. It's no one's business what your age gap is, especially the older you get. Obviously, when you're a kid and you're in high school, age gap is a big thing, you know. Even dating someone who was 1 year older than you was always such a, back in high school, when I was in high school. But like, the older you get, it's really no one's business. It's not like it's a conversation starter like, oh, you guys look so good together, so what's the age gap? No one asked that, unless if you guys look really different in terms of age, but also you don't have to answer that. It's no one's business. So yeah, age gaps, if it works for you, go for it. Like, don't focus on age. It really means nothing. If you guys love each other and you guys have equal power in the relationship and your age does not play influence in the relationship, then go for it. And I say this because it's really important to realize that someone who's 58 dating a 38-year-old, there's a 20-year gap, but it's not a big deal. Unlike if you are 27 dating a 16-year-old. First of all, that's illegal. Second of all, even if it wasn't illegal, even if they dropped the age to 15, there are such like drastic power dynamics, and the fact that you're imprinting on them. The 16-year-old is still growing. They still don't know who they are. They're still trying to find themselves, and now you are putting this pressure. You are kind of molding them to become the perfect person for you, you know. So it's not the same when you are younger. Another thing though, not personally, I don't date guys who are younger than me, and that's probably because my mom always told me not to do it. She was like, I'm quite chubby, so I'll age really quickly, and if the guy's younger than me, he's gonna continue looking young whilst I age drastically, like exponentially. Then he's gonna leave me, blah 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 blah. You know, so I it's just in my head. I'd probably not, but also I think I am kind of mature for my age, so that would play a factor in it. So yeah, someone who's younger than me, I mean, even someone who's my age is like, I'd really rather not, you know. But like, okay, I guess if you are my like soulmate, which I highly doubt, but and just if you are someone who is dating someone who is like way older than you, just make sure that you feel comfortable expressing yourself in front of that person, because if you don't, there's a chance that you are feeling a bit intimidated, especially because of their age. So maybe just look into your relationship and see. You need to be in a relationship where the power dynamics are kind of equal, and I say kind of because they'll never ever be 50-50. They alternate. Sometimes you're 50, sometimes Sometimes you're like a 45 and they're like a 55. So they alternate, but it should never be a case of 80-20 kind of power dynamics, because that's completely imbalanced and you are doing it wrong. Cool. And it could actually be abusive. Cool. Number 3, what is the right age to become sexually active? I love this question and I've been waiting for it, because I feel like parents either don't talk to you at all, or when they do, they don't really give details. And honestly, if you're going to tell someone to wait for marriage, you kind of need to give reasons, because why? So you need to give reasons, and I will give you the reasons because I'm your older sister. Cool. To answer your specific question, I don't think there is a right age. I think there is a right stage to have sex, and that is when you are mobile, you have freedom to move around, do things the way you want them, the time you want them, you can do things without having to report, without having to lie to people. And that particularly happens when you're in high school, because in high school, say now something happens, there's complications. How are you going to get out of the house to go do things? How are you going to see a doctor if things complicate? So let's just break this down quickly. Sex, the actual act of sex, that's the easy part. That's the fun part, and even then it's not always fun, especially if it's like your first time, because you're like a virgin, and if you're a woman you have to break your hymen, and sometimes you bleed and it's really uncomfortable, so it's not really all that fun. But I guess as you do it a lot more, it becomes a lot fun and you become a lot more comfortable, but it's not really all of that. It's not. But anyways, let's just say that the sex part is the fun part. Cool, that's easy, sharp. What the issue lies with what happens afterwards. Like, let's say now you have an STD or an STI, or you fall pregnant, or you get HIV. There are so many complications that can happen from having sex, and you will not be able to access the necessary medical treatment if you are still in high school, or if you are living under your parents' house and you can't really move around without having to explain who or where you're with, or where you're going and all of that. So like I said, there's a right stage, and that stage is probably in varsity, but even probably when you're working. It just depends. And some of you could argue, yeah, we'll use condoms. Okay, number one, getting condoms is also an issue, because, government does provide free condoms, those max condoms or choice, I don't know what they're called anymore. But, okay, cool, those condoms are free, but where are you going to access them? Because when I went to high school, I never saw a condom at my school. Like, there was no condoms on the corridors. But when you're at varsity, there's condoms in every single toilet, every single race, there's condoms everywhere. So you see, it's a lot more accessible in varsity than it is in high school. But I know high schools are different. Some high schools do have condoms and all of that. Cool. Another thing, let's say you don't want to use the government condoms. You want to go and buy your Durex, your guys, I don't know what they're called. Let's say you want to go buy condoms. Cool, now you need to get through that lady, that big scary lady at Pick and Pay who stands behind the counter with the condoms. Okay. Now, if you're a pickaninny, you're going to be embarrassed, number one, and you're going to be scared that, it's someone who recognizes you, because you're in high school, meaning you're probably still living in your parents' hometown, and, trust me, people, our parents are very connected. If Mom Joyce sees you buying condoms, trust you me, at church, she will tell your mom that, listen, and it's not like they have to keep it confidential. It's not something they sign as tellers and cashiers. No. They're going to tell your mom, yeah, you're buying condoms or whatever. And if you are someone who is kind of young and intimidated, it is a big deal. You will be scared to go buy condoms, and you'll probably just opt to have it raw, without a condom, which is the biggest mistake you can ever make. So if you are thinking of going down that route, just don't. Just wait. I'm telling you, just wait. Cool. Let's say you do use a condom, or you are on contraceptive for your skin or whatever. Cool. Nothing is 100%. You can still fall pregnant. The thing can pop. A lot can happen. So you can still need to go get tested for an STD, STI, HIV, pregnancy, and all of that. Preferably the right stage would be when you're in varsity. That's when a lot more people are a lot more comfortable about talking about sex. People will tell you, dude, I'm struggling with the warts, and you'll be like, and you'll listen, and you'll be like, okay, I also had an issue with warts. It might be this, it might be that. Or you can even bunk lectures and go see a doctor if you're not feeling well. Lectures, no one takes a register, no one cares whether you're in the class or not. There's 500 other people who are in the class. I promise you, your lecturer is not going to know that you didn't come. What you need to do is catch up, and that's on you, because you know what you want out of varsity. Whereas in high school, dude, your class need about 32. There's no way your teacher's not going to see that you're there. Now you're going to get caught for bunking school and for having sex. No, please, pick your struggles, ne? Just don't. But if none of that has gotten through to you, just think about this. When you want to have sex, make sure that it is at a time that you want to have it, not because you're pressured by your boyfriend who said they're gonna leave you, or you're pressured by your girlfriend who said other girls are having sex. It must be on your own timeline, number one. Number two, it must be at a place where you will feel comfortable enough to relax, because it's not gonna be nice if you're tense, if you're scared about getting caught every like 2 seconds. It's just gonna be a mess, and it's gonna, dude. And three, make sure that the person you're with is someone who understands you and is kind and is willing to listen to you, because sex can turn to rape really quickly. And I should have put a trigger warning there, but it can, because 1 second you're in it, the next you realize that actually you're not comfortable. It's so you want this whole thing to stop. Now if you're with someone who doesn't really care about your feelings, they're just going to continue because they just want to get to their climax and finish what they started. So rather just wait for someone you're in a relationship with, someone who understands you, someone who listens to you when you say it's so I want to stop, someone who will respond to what you're saying. You don't want to have your first time and regret it and think, and there are a lot of cases where people's first time do turn into rape, and it's really unfortunate. So try your best to not be one of those people. Obviously you can't really control rape, it's not something that's within your hands, but just make sure that when you do decide to have sex, it is on your own terms. Cool. I have expanded on this question a lot, and it was like a one sentence, but I went for 7 minutes. I am so sorry. Let's move on. Cool. Also, guys, where do people have sex in high school? Like in classrooms during break. Now, if it's your first time, you're gonna bleed, and you're gonna be in a uniform with blood. Like, what happens? Or is it like at a basketball weekend, you're at your brother's school, and now you're having sex in white jeans, and then you bleed? Dude, what is the thing? No, just... Or you're having it on your mom's bed. That's disrespectful. Just wait. Number 4, in the past, some people I've been with have been absolutely lazy in bed. Freezer, just waiting for the next instruction. How can you get someone to meet you halfway in terms of being active in bed? I know guys are expected to do the bulk of the work, but not sometimes we want to be the little spoon. How do I navigate this convo without telling the truth that they are absolute nonsense in bed? We don't want to hurt feelings because we're still interested in the sex, but Umut must get on top every now and then and also instigate every now and then. This is a chat that I've seen a lot on Twitter. I don't understand. In my head, sex should be something that both people enjoy, both people participate in. So ask them, hey, please participate, dude. Can you participate? And also maybe just make sure that you are making the space comfortable enough for them. Make sure that you are having those conversations about sex and what they enjoy and what they don't enjoy. Because sometimes you'll find that someone just freezes and waits for the next instruction because that's what they did in their past relationships, so they're just applying a template. So talk to them. But don't obviously wait to talk to them when you're having sex, because dude, tensions are high and you're probably trying to get your nut, but now this person's not. So just ask them when you guys are in a chilled environment and by the way, what positions do you like? What would you like to do? Is there anything you'd like us to try next time? And just make the conversation, make sex a normal conversation to have. Don't make it taboo. Don't make it seem like we can only speak about sex after 10 p.m. in the bedroom when the lights are off, type of thing. But also, ladies, you also need to take charge. You also need to take charge. You also need to give instructions and let them know how you like it. Because remember, at the end of the day, what you get out of it is what you put in. So sometimes you'll find that you'll walk out very dissatisfied because it didn't make me reach my climax, I didn't orgasm. But what did you do? Did you guide him? Did you try give him instructions okay, no, less, more, no, please, I don't know. I don't want to get into sex too much because my parents might be watching this. But talk. Don't freeze and don't think that you're doing someone a favor. And that's another thing. Women, stop thinking that sex is a favor for the guy. It's meant to be enjoyable for you too. And if you're not enjoying it, then maybe you're doing it wrong or you're doing it with the wrong person. So maybe just take that into consideration, or just leave it. Leave it until you're married, because that is also a very good option. Cool. As a gent, how am I supposed to go about asking for a head without seeming forceful? Okay, guys, firstly, I feel like... Okay, so with this question, I think just ask. I know all of my questions, I'm just communicate, just let them know. But literally just talk. Because if you talk, the worst thing that can happen is someone says no and then you stop. But if you don't talk, you'll try put your thing by someone's mouth and they'll just div it the whole time, and you don't know if they want to or they don't. So just ask. Another thing, as a guy, you must also be very selfish and don't give them head if they won't give you head back. And also just talk about it. Like, ask people if they are comfortable giving head, because some people, number one, aren't, or number two, they just don't like it. It's just a really foreign thing for them. They don't enjoy it, and they probably don't give head at all. So just have that conversation, and if it is something that you are very strong about and you really do like receiving head, then maybe just part ways and find someone else who will be willing to give you head, because there's no point in having sex but not really fully enjoying it because someone doesn't want to give you head. Yeah, some people can say it's childish that you don't give head, but different strokes for different folks. Some people are germaphobes also, and also it depends on the relationship. If you guys are not dating, it's a very personal thing to be doing, putting things up your mouth. It's also a very quick way to get a disease and all of that. So just ask and communicate. Also, as a gal, please don't give head if you're not receiving head. I know a lot of guys who say, no, I leave why I caught or whatever. Okay, then you also mustn't do it. Just keep it fair. What you expect me to do, you must also be doing it on this. And I know it's not the same, the textures are not the same, but sex is disgusting. There is nothing cute about sex. Sex is disgusting. It's literally an exchange of bodily fluids. It is disgusting, but people do it anyways. Number 6, I don't like my best friend's girlfriend. Maybe it's because I know everything they've been through. I think she has bully tendencies, and I think he over provides and gets little in return. But he's happy and deeply in love. He's convinced that she's a key for him to have a better future, and so I keep my mouth shut and keep it moving. This guy's dizzy. Anyway, because we're in quarantine in the same building, he keeps asking me to join them and doing things, and I always shut him down. Should I be honest about that I don't like his girlfriend and that I find her boring, or should I offer alternative excuses for the sake of peace? Okay, firstly, it's fine if you find the girlfriend boring because she's not dating you, so you don't need to find her amusing at all. So you don't need to tell the boyfriend that, she's not there to entertain you. But I do think that you should tell your friend about how you feel about his girlfriend, especially because you said best friend. So as a best friend, I do think you do have a sort of level of comfort with your best friend, and you could tell them things. And I say tell him because sometimes when people are in relationships, they do get dizzy and logic goes out the window. So rather you tell him and he can start looking out for the things that you're talking about than leaving it. And then when they break up, you're like, yeah, well, I kind of knew your girlfriend was a bully. I kind of knew you were, Maybe you should tell them that, hey, listen, I'm not saying anything, but look out for your girlfriend's tendencies of being a bully, or make sure that you are also getting what you put in the relationship. It should be reciprocated, because sometimes people really cannot see. But with telling him, don't expect him to respond to you positively, because no one really likes hearing mean things about their partners. I know I sometimes even shy away from telling my friends when I'm fighting with my boyfriend, because we'll be fighting and I'll come and tell you, I'll be like, I did A, B, C, D, E. And then I forgive him, obviously, because we are dating, we are in love. I forgive him, I was probably overreacting or whatever. But my friends don't forgive because they're not in love with him. They have no relationship with my boyfriend. So for them, they're still holding on to this and this and this and this. And that kind of does take a strain on the friendship, because now I'm going to limit the stuff I tell you because I know you're going to bring it up. Or when I'm back all lovey-dovey with my boyfriend, you're not going to be as supportive because you know of the shit that I've told you about. So, it is a bit of a scary thing, because you could either lose your friend and not have him talk to you about things, or you could just strengthen the relationship and have him a lot more aware in his relationship. So I don't know. And with regards to being in quarantine and playing games with him, just tell him, bruh, when you're telling him that you don't like his girlfriend, just say, and also, bruh, no offense, please can you not please no offense, bruh, please can you not extend invites all the time when you guys are playing games. I kinda do feel weird around her, no offense, and it's because of what I said. I feel like she does take advantage of you, and I don't like seeing that because you're my boy. So I don't want to be rude to you guys, so I'd rather just not join. And then be obviously please don't tell her, because I don't want to cause tension in the house. We're in quarantine together and blah blah blah. But also we are in quarantine and we don't know how long it's gonna last, so Fuck, this is a tough one. Guys, can you please help me? Should he talk to his best friend or not? Should he just leave it? You know, being in quarantine, you could be stuck with these people for the whole year. So you don't want to be in a house with so much tension that you're going to pop. Please, can Anonymous read the comments down below and see what other people are suggesting? I'm not really sure about this one. Okay, ad break. I'm going to peel a nachi. I'm getting thirsty. I'm in the car and I forgot to bring water. My dad hates people who eat in the car so much, but I don't think he'll mind fruits. Also, it's my car. Let's start there. I'm paying for it. Guys, I just remembered that guy in that question. The friend said the boyfriend thinks the girlfriend is the key to his bright future. Please do tell your friend about that. Like, please do, like, put some logic in his head. That is really scary because no one's future is dependent on a girl or a guy or a partner. People should be able to just move around. They mustn't depend their futures on someone. I don't know. In my head, it feels like without her, he's not gonna make it, which I don't think is the case. I don't think anyone's success is contingent on a relationship. So yeah, please. My opinion is please do talk to your friend. New question. So some of us started new talking stages in February, then boom, yavalwa country, abantu babuyela emakhaya, lockdown. I like this person, but I'd rather drop her than do long distance. So I've kind of been not talking to her all that much because I don't want our little thing to run out of steam. I talk to her maybe once every week or two. But I'm also scared the other guys are going to move in, definitely. Should I secure this thing and tell her that I want something serious with her now? Or should I just maintain things as they are? Or should I be talking to her more often? Or should I just let her go? I'll probably see her around October, November. Okay, firstly, other guys have already moved in. There's no way you're talking to someone once every 2 weeks and they're still just talking to you and only you. Even 3 days is a lot for me. I always tell my boyfriend, dude, if you think you're gonna do a disappearing act, trust me, after 3 days you'll find me dating someone else. Simple. And I say 3 days because I feel like my boyfriend and I have been dating for long enough for me to like give him a lot more leeway. But like if you guys aren't even dating 24 hours, mina baby, I'm out. But on a more serious note, you need to talk to this girl if you really, really like her. You need to talk to her. And also, just let her know what your concerns are. Because she's probably thinking the same thing. Everyone knows that lockdown is so uncertain. We don't know when we're seeing our people. There's just so much uncertainty.
Ubani othi I can't wait for level 3. Sisazoloku sihlukanisa ama-level, sithi happy new level, sithi sikhuzi ule sikhuzi level. Sithi ungene kanjani kwi-level, ungene nobani. Athina ama-resolutions akho ale level. Sithi ubani othi this is my level. Ubani othi I can't wait.
Let her know that you're considering asking her out, but these are the issues and you don't know what to do. And you guys can work it out together. If you can, do try to avoid getting into a relationship because relationships come with so much pressure and like expectations. Now she sees on Twitter so-and-so's boyfriend sent her roses and a big teddy bear. Now she expects you to do the same, but you guys are only like 3 weeks old and you haven't really like hugged and kissed it out, you know. So maybe do try to avoid the labels because they do bring a lot of expectation. But just let her know that you are thinking of securing things lockdown. If she thinks that the lockdown isn't really a thing to stop you guys from dating, then go ahead and date. But if you feel like, nah, this thing is too much, there's too much expectations, then just call it quits soon. Call it quits early before you guys start having stupid fights before you've even kissed each other because yeah, there's no point in having these big fights and you guys haven't even like hung out properly and all of that. So. New question. Hey dude, so I'd like to know how you went about dealing with the expectations your parents placed on you when you had UCT and how you balance that with your own expectations and the pressure you put on yourself. You see, that is really tough because also parents are very different. So, you know, my parents could react differently to your parents in terms of what I'm going to say, how I dealt with my parents. Yeah, and just to give context, my parents aren't really like really chilled, but they're also not like really strict. They're like in between, and it kind of depends on what you're talking about. I think the older they get, the more chilled they get, because we're also kind of getting old. So, you know, they realize that being big bad people, like, no, you can't do this, no, you can't do that, it's not gonna work, because it's gonna be like, okay, type of thing. So now we've entered a phase where now my parents and I communicate. It's no longer a one-way dialogue where they just direct and talk. They talk and I respond. And I've always been a responder since a very young age. I'm a very assertive person. My dad loves it. My mom finds it very annoying because she's also very assertive. So it's kind of like two bulls going at each other. It's like no one wants to like back down. Obviously I have to back down because I am the kid after all. But like, you know, my dad loves it. I think he also likes that because he feels like I won't get bullied in the workplace, nor will I get bullied in relationships or friendships and stuff. So yeah. Anyways, so I talk, and when I am dissatisfied, I let you know that, you know, I really don't like how you dealt with this. Please don't do this. And because I'm so assertive, I'd walk out of a paper and call them and be like, I know, you know what, ichampile guys, ichampile. And because I was on a bursary, and they had like academic requirements, sometimes I'll call my parents and be like, listen, I hope you guys are saving money because I don't think I'm going back on that bursary. I don't think I'm going to meet the requirements. And my parents would always laugh it off. It's like, not laugh it off, but like they wouldn't really take me seriously, because in most cases I would make dramatic statements and then come back fine. So yeah, that kind of does suck, because my parents kind of don't take my things seriously anymore because I always figure it out. But trust me, in that situation, I feel like my whole world is crashing. So because of that, I always overhype situations. I'm always overly dramatic, and then when the results come back, my parents are like, you had us stressing for nothing. I think with varsity, there are just so many factors that people need to consider, and our parents sometimes just think that varsity is an extension of high school. They kind of don't see why you were so good in high school and now you're struggling in varsity, and that's because of the different factors. All these social factors that they forget to factor in. There's mental illnesses also in that mix. So, and parents don't really understand that. Like, I know my parents did not understand what the fuck was going on. They were kind of annoyed when I had anxiety, because they were like, what don't we give you? We give you everything. You have a house, you have a home, we give you pocket money, you never go to bed hungry, you go to a nice school, you have a nice phone. What do you need, you know? And it made, I was like, hey, it's because they don't understand. To them, mental illnesses are always associated with being poor or being deprived of certain things. But for me, it was triggered by like some house comm stuff and being a leader in varsity and all of that, and like people, and how, like, I wasn't really used to not being liked. I'm a very likable person, that I know about myself. So in varsity, people didn't like me, and it was because of this one girl who basically manipulated a lot of people. If I let me not say anything on camera about that girl. But yeah, so I developed anxiety because people would come and like bother me in my room, and they'd knock on my door, they'd try to break down and break into my room. So it was a mess. It was a mess, and there's no way you weren't going to develop something when you have to sleep with one eye open because you don't know if people are going to come in. All over house comm, guys, all over head students, a stupid title. So back to the topic at hand. You need to talk to your parents. You need to sit them down and let them know what's going on, and actually ask them questions as well. Ask them what they understand about whatever you're going through. So if you have a mental illness, or if you are struggling with academics, ask them, what do you understand about my course? What do you think I'm studying? I know my grandfather, when I told him I was doing accounting, he thought I was just doing accounting, the subject. He's like, when you get a chance, please do try add economics and tax, you know. I don't think it's wise to be doing such a basic degree. And I was like, oh my god, what is he saying? But that's because they don't understand. And I said to him, I was like, no, listen, dude, I do everything. I do tax, I do economics, I do all of the things that you're suggesting. He's like, oh, okay. I didn't really understand. So I was like, you know, so you do kind of need to forgive your parents and the older generation for not really truly understanding what we are going through. But you also need to talk to them and bring them on board. Otherwise, you guys are just going to fight over stupid things and not work together towards a problem. So I know, for one, I do call my parents in for meetings, and my mom hates it because she feels like she's being interrogated in her own house. I wish I had a better approach, but like, I really do like meetings. I have like a whole agenda, and I sit them down. I'm like, so I have this issue. How can you help me? How can I help you? Help me, type of thing. yeah, like when you're in varsity, your parents are in the unknown, like they don't know what's happening with you, so you need to communicate, you need to bridge that gap and let them know what's happening with your life and let them know how they can help you. I know it's tough, especially when you're going through a lot. It's really tough to be trying to think of ways that people can help you, but with our parents we kind of do need to do that sometimes. Also remember, like, being a parent doesn't come with a manual, and kids are not the same. So as much as your older sister or brother was perfect in varsity, you could be the problem child that comes with a lot of issues, so they're not really prepared for it. So you need to talk to them. And also, don't be dramatic. Try not to cry, try not to scream, try not to shout. Just talk like an adult so that they can take you seriously. And even if they do deflect you, then it's fine. You've tried. And yeah, I know some parents don't like confrontation, so if you do try to talk to them and they don't really respond the way you were expecting, leave it. Just leave it. Take it that you tried and you failed, and leave it, because there's no point trying to speak to a brick wall, and also you don't want to cause more tension to the tension you already have. So just leave it. But I really do wish you all the best with whatever you're going through, and I really do hope your parents do kind of reach out and listen to you and give you a place to speak. Yeah. And guys, as future parents, I really do hope that you will also open channel for your own kids to come and speak to you. Cool. Alright guys, that's it for this week. Check out next week for the second part of Ask Miss K. I'll still be in this dress because it's just like the same video, just chopped into two. So I'll post the other questions next week. I really do hope I see you, and I really do hope you do send me questions the next time I open up for Ask Miss K. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and do check out my other videos. I hope you'll enjoy them. I love you always. Bye. Guys, I'm just trying to tie my dress because it is very revealing. This is so wasteful. This is so wasteful. But you know, this ain't a boob show. It ain't a fucking boob show. If you came here for boobs, you came to the wrong YouTube channel. Okay. Oh, this just ruined my dress. Oh. Because why? Oh. It's gonna probably like try like do this. No, let me try look at the back seat.